So RV, are you happy with retiring Supercross and making the commitment to race the World GP Motocross Series?
Yeah, I think I went to Anaheim 1, I showed up late, around 2:30, late for a rider, so, got to watch the night show, and I really didn't know how I was going to feel with, my emotions or watching the racing going on and, and just watching everything go on in front of me. I made the right decision for myself.
So why did you decide to retire from Supercross?
To be honest, it was the schedule. It was the way that things are ran over here in the States with Supercross and Motocross, and being that there's two separate entities that run those. As a rider, as a mechanic, as the guys on the team, we're all stuck racing both series and jumping from outdoors to Supercross, from Supercross to outdoors, and we get this whirlpool effect. And for me, doing that again, I wasn't looking forward to that. I've accomplished way more than I ever thought I was going to in this sport, so I either was looking for something different or I was going to be okay with moving on with my life. So
what attracted you to race the World MXGPs?
It's a big undertaking, moving over to Europe and basically starting over with a team that has to learn me. I have to learn the team.
Compare the U.S. to European racing.
To be honest, it's not even remotely the same. It's so different. The people are different. The fans are insane. It is a more relaxed atmosphere at the races. That's good for me because I was looking for something different.
Feel you made the right decision?
I was okay with making a decision and retiring, I guess a year early. And at the level that we do it at, you're only asking for to get hurt. So in my opinion, the best decision was to either move on or go find something else to do. A lot of people say that, or some people think that I have a lot to lose when I go over there. Yes and no. If I do end up losing, I think those are the cards that I were dealt. You can't necessarily say, oh, well, the Europeans are better, because I've already stated that before, that it's not really comparable. The only way we could compare the two worlds would be if they did a motocross series and a supercross series. But I think we'll be able to now have the closest comparison that anybody's probably ever seen or has seen in a very long time.
So who do you think is going to be your biggest competition in racing over there?
Yeah, it's a little bit unknown right now. Obviously, number one, you have to put Antonio as that guy.
I mean, how important is this to you in representing your country in America?
I'm going to go over there and give it my best shot, and like I said, hopefully come back with a world championship, and that's my goal.
The race racing schedule differs over in Europe compared to the U.S. Explain the race schedule on a typical weekend over there.
Well, it's kind of old school. It's old school U.S. racing, Saturday, Sunday. So you show up, you do your practice on Saturday. I believe it's like 2 30-minute practices, and I think the second one's timed for then the gate pick for like the 20-minute race that's at the end of the day on Saturday, which that's actually gate pick for the first motos, or the first moto, I believe. You know, it's a point system. I believe it's the same points as here, 25, 23, 22, 20, and then on down.
I think now that you're racing this series, a lot more Americans are going to follow it, and I think you're going to gain a lot more fans than you had in America.
I think that I've drawn in a lot of different fans. Say, for instance, if I was racing Supercross, you have your Dungey fans and you have your Roxon fans, Chad, and so on, all these different riders that have, you know, that they root for their rider. But now I'm not racing against those guys. I'm racing against, you know, all the Europeans and guys that you know, they've never seen us race against other than a one deal, which is Motocross of Nations. So I think all the fans here that have watched me race Supercross and Motocross, they know who I am, they know what I've done, and now they get to follow me over there. So I think it's going to be cool for them and everybody involved. February 28th is Qatar, and that's the kickoff of our series, the GP. So hopefully, when we talk next, or you guys see me next, which I'll see you throughout the year over there, but in the end, we'll bring back something nice.